Good afternoon, everybody. It's about 2 minutes before 1 o'clock, so we'll let people join us first. I would like to thank everyone for showing up every week, and as you know, I get back to it on your messages. My daughter, sorry, I just sent her a message in the meeting. Be right back. I'm sorry, I'm in a meeting. I'll be about an hour. Okay, sorry for that interruption. It's not quite 1 o'clock, but I can see people showing up. There we go. I want to talk to you today. It's going to be mostly just looking at me, and going to make something as clear as I possibly can without scaring people away. How we do business in internet marketing or marketing products in general. I'm not even going to tell you what that is. But I have two grandchildren that live here in Texas with me. Both of my daughters, a boy who's 4 and a girl who's a little over 3 months. And last week, I'm 65, so basically I'm retired, and I try to be a great grandfather. So the kids, the son-in-law and daughter wanted to go off and do on a little trip here in Texas, and they asked me, grandfather of all grandfathers, to watch the kids. Oh my God. You have to be young to have kids. You have to shut the door because my dogs are being loud. I have a nice quiet morning and I'm getting ready for today and nothing goes on and nobody's bothering me, and suddenly right when I'm starting up the dogs are running around and barking and the daughter's, oh, I got a problem, can you help me? But I can tell you what, it was a blast taking care of them. But I took like 3 days of sleeping to just kind of get back to normal. Um, what we're going to go through here is just some of the updates of what's happening in AI. If you are not using AI in your business, you're not going to be in business. Now, I'm not just talking about using AI, going to ChatGPT and typing questions or writing an article, something like that. And there's all these agentic AIs that will do that for you. Passive profits, AI traffic secrets. These are AIs that kind of kick on and do work for you while you're asleep. And that is the thing that's really starting to take over the AI environment. The days of going to ChatGPT and doing research or writing a letter, or those are gone. I mean, you may still do it. People will. The real use of AI is with the agentic AI. I showed you Manus actually building websites for me. I have another website I'm going to build probably next week. Thinking about how to do it. But the point is, um, we're going from the baby days of, oh, isn't this cool? It wrote me a paragraph or rewrite something. Like I used to rewrite in my book, my last book. And I did. I wrote the book in, I used Microsoft Word and I talked to the program and it typed everything out. And it wasn't formatted, it was one long run on sentence. So I used ChatGPT, and my prompt was, please rewrite and edit the following content, being careful not to change the message, but correcting all the wordings and the typos and errors of that type. Produce it in a Word document so I can download it and continue to edit it. And I dumped in a 116-page document and I hit enter. And about, I don't know, 5 minutes later, here's your Word document completed. So I downloaded it and I started looking at it and I go, wow, it formatted it real well. It fixed all the stupid run-on sentences. And then I asked it afterwards, are there any cases within this document where there's unclear content or anything that would be in error or inappropriate for my audience? And it reviewed back and came back with a few things. And then I just said, well, just rewrite that part of it. And it did. So that is really cool. I mean, I wrote the book. The AI certainly helped. I'm a musician. People go, all your music's done with AI. And I'm like, well, AI is pretty part of everything. I use Pro Tools and I generate the lyrics and then might pass them to ChatGPT and say, is there anything incoherent or nonsensical, or how's the timing of the word phrases so they work well when they're sung, and it will make little recommendations and stuff. But it doesn't rewrite it, it's just edit it. So you can use it for that sort of stuff. Oh, and then the music itself. We use Pro Tools. And it's not like the days where you used to have to take DAT tapes and mail them back and forth. And now everything's on Pro Tools Cloud. So my producer, who lives in Great Britain, in Scotland, he used to be here in the States, and he moved because of his family. And we can do all of the production on the cloud. So let's say I write up the basic rhythm and I play my guitar to it. And we just record it straight into the computer using a adapter cable. And it goes into Pro Tools. And I'll say, this is basically the chord progression that I want to use. Here is the lyrics. And then I'll sing a little bit of the melody. And I'm a horrible singer, but it gets the idea across where I think the notes should go in the chorus to make it into a song. So what he does then is he takes what I've got and he uses his software, which will put an AI voice on the track. But, he'll record the keyboards on his keyboard, which is a MIDI keyboard. He can make the drum sound and the bass sound. Then this begins a process where we exchange files online on cloud. And when we get ready to have our vocalists uh, sing for real, obviously we need to make changes to accommodate their vocal quality, tones, keys, whatever. So I tend to play a lot of things in the keys C, E, and A because I'm a guitar player and those are just very easy chords to play, keys to play, very easy solos, just play diatonic scale or pentatonic, one of the two. So it really, we got to make changes. The vocalists may want us to change the key. In Pro Tools, click of a button, change the key. So that's all done by AI. We may want to speed the rhythm up or slow it down. See, the thing is, when you speed up music or slow it down, it changes the key or the tones of the instrument. So if I already playing the guitar, it will go flat or sharp. Not anymore. Just a change key, change rhythm. It's all done automatically. Those things are all AI. It's part of every musical production. So it's quite interesting to realize that because AI is actually integrated into everyone's life. The phone. Now, Apple hasn't really truly integrated AI into a phone. I guess it's coming. Like, what more does it need to do? But what's new coming out from both Apple and Meta and I think a couple other companies are going to be glasses. And they don't look bad. They're not like the big freaking cloud hoppers. So you put your glasses on and you can see your messages. You don't see the ones that are projected out here, so you can focus on it comfortably. And you can do hand gestures to delete the message or type in a message. There'll be a virtual keyboard. Or actually, the thing that you're really supposed to do is dictate it, because it will convert your voice. Because even though my voice is kind of rough, because of health concerns, it's the AI can learn it and learn to fix things that I say wrong. You guys probably wish I had it all the time. The fact is, it does a really pretty good job at taking my spoken word and converting it into nice content, flow of content. And I'll go through and I'll break it up into chapters and try to make sure that it makes sense thematically. And ultimately, I'll take it and I'll pump it into ChatGPT and it will rewrite the document based on my sensibilities. In other words, I can sit there and literally tell the AI who I am, how I want it written. Take my other 6 books, upload it to AI so they can see what my voice is and give it better content. And we're able to do that to a certain extent with our little software programs because you'll see in Massive Passive AI, there's in the settings, you can give it a little persona. You can say, I'm a middle-aged, retired man living on a pension in South Texas, just wanting to get by and make a few extra bucks. I'm non-technical. I don't like to argue with people. And so you just kind of give it a piece of your personality. And then when it produces all the content for your blogs, it will use that in its writing style. AI Traffic Secrets is much better though. It was developed 3 months later, 4 months later. Believe it or not, 4 months is forever in AI because things are happening really fast. So what's going to happen now is the age of agentic AI. If you work in like accounting, I would suspect your job, if it's purely processing data, typing it in, your jobs are probably in jeopardy. So I would advise you to take the step of being the guy that's good at AI so you can keep your job. As opposed to just going, oh no, AI took my job. No, AI is coming in. You go back to the cotton gin, and everyone thought they were going to lose all their work because of the cotton gin, or internet, or whatever the new thing was coming out. Now, AI can think. It's, in all honesty, what AI does is they take their best guess at what the next step will be. But it's got a lot of data. That's why there's all these data farms. And those data farms are to keep hold of all that data. So just recently, Anthropic, which is my favorite AI, it's Claude, came out with a million token window. So heck, even 3 months ago, I'd run into it and say, sorry, you need to start another conversation because you ran out of memory in that chat. So you have to create a new chat. Now, Claude Code eliminates all that because it works kind of on a terminal basis as opposed to chat windows. But it's a little complicated. I'm not going to teach you how to do it. The other thing going on with Anthropic, which is Claude, is they have just recently acquired some of the high talent personnel from OpenAI and Grok. So people were talking about how great Grok was 3 months ago. Now it's like, Elon Musk thinks it's great. Well, of course he does. It's a huge part of his business. But what XAI is all about is teaching the bots in the cars how to function in the normal world. Think about that. All that data he's tracking, even if you're not using FSD, your Tesla's data for them to train. It's got the cameras, it can see everything. All that content is data that goes to Grok that they're using to train FSD and Optimus. So there's going to be a really good function of that. Again, it's not to go into Grok and doing this. It's literally going. Boom. The car shows up at your front. It's not Uber. And it costs less to take a cyber taxi and is more convenient than driving your own car. So I told my wife a couple of weeks ago, I have a Hyundai, Tucson. It's a simple vehicle. It's fun to drive. It's nice. I don't drive fancy cars or sports cars. Well, I had in the past, but I don't nowadays. I don't really care for those things. Those aren't my appetites. Are a little bit more about family and uh, faith, and less about showing people what I have or what I got. So I don't worry about it at all. But I'm looking forward to the day I can just get rid of my car, stop paying car insurance, hop on here, ask Cybercab to pick me up. And all that's happened because Grok, we look at as a cool thing for creating little images, like from an illusion, or for creating videos, or for creating pictures, or writing a document, or doing research on. And it's kind of slipping compared to the other AIs as far as its popularity and as far as what it can do for the consumer. But see, Elon Musk doesn't care because it's really about being able to, I mean, he cares because he's prideful and all that, but he's really using it to be able to train his products that are really the future of his business. That'd be Optimus. I can't wait to have one of those. And Cybercap. I can't wait to have any of that. So here I'm hearing you're going to start producing Optimus this year, and Cybercat is being deployed as we speak. So the future is here. Google AI, which is called Gemini. I played around with this a little bit, and it's a pretty good content come out of it. So I was thinking about using it to write content. So if I want a business report or an article or press release, I'd try it out, see how it did. But their paywall suddenly clicked in, and then you got to pay for it. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to pay for another AI. So Gemini, even though I was hopeful of it, is definitely becoming less of interest to me right now. But it's built into Chrome, because Google owns Chrome and it owns Gemini, and they're integrating it into all of their devices. Android, search. So that whole competition for the consumer market is between Google, OpenAI, and Anthropic. And I'm going to stand by Anthropic until something else comes along better. I really like using Manus too, but it's like I showed you how I just go type in something and it goes off and does it. But if I want to run a pay-per-click campaign, I can easily, what I'm going to do is demo this. Okay, let me go to Google. There's this little thing up here which I can't show you called Claude for Chrome. And if you're going through any page and you have questions, you can ask it. Like, how do I set up AdWords? Come back, looks great. Here it is. You can do what they say. But what it will also do is it will help you fill out forms. It will be able to evaluate your pay-per-click campaign. So I'm going to start running a Bing pay-per-click campaign, not a Google. And I'm going to use Claude to help me optimize the campaign. Now, I have my own software and it works, but it's a pain in the ass. I'll use that to optimize my website. For running the actual campaigns, I'll just go use my browser, go into ads.microsoft.com, set up my campaign, and then I'll have Claude make keyword recommendations. Review the page and come back and say, I would increase the bids on these keywords, I would eliminate these keywords. So it's here to answer questions for you at any point in time. How cool is that? And it's always right there, It keeps a tab to the left. You can close out. Open back up. There's so much you can do with Claude. I think they call it Claude for Chrome. It's an extension. So that's really gives it a big bang to me because I'm already paying Claude. I guess OpenAI has an AI mode now. So when you're in google.com, you can go right into AI mode. Say, so it comes back and tells you, and you can see the what do you call this? The links to the resources. So the citations, and click on that and go to the actual page where the citation is. So essentially, Google has the same tool as Anthropic to where it can advise you as you're surfing a website. Now, I don't know how effective this is. I haven't really used it yet, but I'm setting up a pay-per-click campaign to promote this product, which is the AI influencer program. I just need to finish getting this product finalized. I got some issues with it, with the Stripe payments. And then instead of doing a launch with it, I'm going to use Claude Claude Code, Claude Chrome to help me set everything up to make it run. Then I'm also going to run pay-per-click ads on TikTok because I can use my avatar that I create with HeyGen. So now you're seeing in very short order, everything has changed, right? I couldn't have done any of this stuff even 3 months ago. It's June, or it's going to be June in 2 days. So what do? Well, first of all, realize that things are going to continue to change. But because of these agents, I can see a time, and you probably do it right now with Cloud Code, where you can have an agentic agent monitoring your PPC bids. And if you start to lose money on campaigns, modify it or just turn it off. Stop it. So what's happening really is AI is becoming more involved on an operational basis in your business. So it actually does stuff. So you say, monitor I already have a cloud agent that's going out and checking my Gmail every day. So I'm actually thinking about having all my branded domains, if you will, WGM, McRea, all those emails automatically forwarded to my Gmail account because there's so much trash, spam, whatever. But I can tell it to look for, highlight any email about support or about this company, about this individual. And I can also tell it, note anything that may require a response and prepare a draft response so I can review it and send it if I want. I can tell it to look for a specific event. Let's say there's a live stream or a webinar I want to attend. I want it to put it on my calendar. So getting back to this little guy right here. This phone. Okay. This phone has a calendar on it. That calendar is my memory. As you get older, you lose your memory. So, I can tell it to find, there's a monthly JV meeting that goes on. I can tell it to track those emails once a month and then schedule the date and time on my calendar for me. And I don't even have to look at the email. It's just on my calendar, I go to it. My wife has access to my calendar and she can book things for me. So let's say if I got to go to a doctor's appointment, she'll sit down and put it on my calendar. So, or if she's, wants to remodel the house or do something, she'll have things scheduled. Speaking of which, I'm redoing the backyard, the deck on the backyard this week. So, yes, I'm busy. So you can see that even though AI is going really fast, it can eliminate a lot of the tedious work that you mean to do, but you usually forget because you're a crotchety old man, and do it for you, like replying to emails or customer support's fine. We have support bots everywhere, and I don't have a lot of support questions. I get them. They're usually tired old people that just want someone to talk to. So the message is, it's evolving fast and it'll make you pull your hair out. Of course, I don't have any left to pull, what I'm saying, it's happening really, really fast. So everything is going to continue to change. But you want to look for these agentic bots that you can deploy. The one I use for social media for me is called Marvelism. Um, I didn't like its blog poster because it was an external system that would reach into your blog and post it. It didn't work half the time. So I kind of just created the AI traffic secrets to do it for me. And it works much better. But it creates all my Instagram posts. And I think it posts to X and a couple other social media men. So I got like 3 or 4 posts every day going up. They're all branded on the brand that I'm promoting. So it might be 24-hour guitar, which is my music business, or it might be McRea, or it might be um, AI traffic influencer, specific products, stuff like that. And I'm going to use HeyGen to produce a buttload of videos. And I haven't got to the point yet where I could figure out how to have my script program, which is inside of AI traffic tools, actually transfer automatically to HeyGen. So I wouldn't even have to do that. And I just want to I want to tell it, create 60 videos a month, download them, and schedule them at these networks during the daytime, whatever. I use Metrical, and it will post based on whatever your schedule is. There's a lot of other tools out there. There's Hootsuite, they're just not worth the money they get for them. So I don't pay any attention to it. So that's about all I really want to talk about today. I promised you that we would do a demonstration of Notebook LM. That's my goal for next week. You don't need to buy any courses. If you want to buy mine, I appreciate it. You can take sources and fill the left-hand side of the Notebook LM panel with all the sources. They're going to be things you upload, links, whatever you want. And then you got the chat area. You can start querying about different aspects of that data. So how do I do this? And on the right-hand side, it will provide very well-written content, and even it will make little AI videos, help teach you how to do things. It's very cool. So I'm going to do that next week. In the meantime, you guys have a great week. May you be blessed. Thank you.